Greetings, friends, and welcome to another Spirit of Ecstasy program. And the doctor is in. I am the doctor of energy, making possible the impossible and making all your dreams come true. Yes, I am here and casting out all fear. And yes, as it will soon appear, miracles will happen and you'll be full of happiness and cheer. Oh, yes. And hello, my friends. And what do you say? Ain't it a marvelous, wonderful day? Hello, my friends. And how do you do? Everything is going to turn out for you. Hello, my friends. Along your day, everything's going our way. Oh, it's gonna be a fabulous, fabulous day. It's gonna be a fabulous in every way. Let's get the spirit and get on our way to this marvelous, wonderful day. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can you say, oh, yes, I am so happy today. Say, oh, yes, I'm happy. Oh, yes, I'm happy. Yes, we want to always remember. And I want to tell you about the immortal substance. And I want to ask you today, have you ever stopped and thought about what is immortal substance? And substance, of course, is that which can never be changed, and that which is inseparable, cannot be separated, and that which lasts forever. Have you ever thought about those things which last forever? I'd like to get your comments down below. Those things which exist and will always exist and will never change. You see, when we realize what will never change and that we have that right now with us, that casts out all fear because we know that it is closer to us than even our awareness of who we are. And our awareness of it gives us every creative power to do every wonderful thing which we ever would want to do. So never forget that the total and ultimate presence of all substance of good and energy and prosperity is here with us. It is there with you now. It is closer than your breath. It is closer than your recognition of who you are, that eternal substance. And we actually have that eternal substance. And we're actually inseparable from that eternal substance. Whoa, la, we're one within. Notice how I avoided going into the chant. Yes, and because I was ready to take off in all of this ultimate in awareness, and but there is nothing that needed to be added to us. There's not anything that we need to add because everything except we need to add our awareness. All that we ever need to do is add awareness. For such is our awareness, such as our awareness is, so are we. Because the reason for that is that every good and perfect and marvelous and majestic and magnificent thing that you would want to be aware of is actually there and you're inseparable from it. Whoa, you're inseparable from all that now. Now tell me again you can't receive all of your dreams, that you can't create anything, that you can't be who you want to be. Oh, that you can't fully utilize the being, doing, having power of your mind to amass money and prosperity and all kinds of wealth. We amass first spiritual wealth. Amass that spiritual wealth and that massive spiritual energy coming from the divine source God, and then you will amass the physical wealth. But the spiritual wealth is a million times greater than any physical wealth. And so it would behoove us to master that first. And then the rest of it just kind of falls into place. And we do not ever have to worry about getting into, the money corrupting us or money causing us to get off, to get distracted from the good things and the really good thoughts in life, because our primary attention is always on our divine source, which we know to be a an infinite, eternal, immortal substance. John 7:38 said, "He that cometh unto me," and remember, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." And all of his teachings and everything he did, healing the sick, raising the dead, that's coming to Jesus. That's our awareness that all those things were true and can be true in us now and exist in us now. That's coming to Jesus. And he said, everyone that comes to me, then out of his innermost being, his innermost spirit will flow rivers of living water. Water's good enough, and it helps bring life to the plants and all that. But this is a living, actual living water. Water that lives and breathes and has power and has a spirit and is capable of doing all things and is immortal. It's the immortal substance that's going to flow out of you. You're not only going to recognize, you see, when you recognize that you have immortal substance and that you are immortal substance, then everything you do is going to flow that immortal substance, and that immortal substance is going to get out there and bring you abundance and bring you all the wealth you could ever use and meet all of your dreams, and then the impossible dream is no more, because the impossible dream becomes possible with all this immortal substance. And it is now there with us, and there is nothing that needs to be added to it. We only need to add in our awareness. That's not really adding in, that's just becoming aware of what's there. Allow this realization to energize you and to cause energy to fully flow out of you. And there's no end to the energy which will flow out of us. There's no end to the energy we can receive. There's no end to the amount of that living water which we can receive once we come to the knowledge of the truth and begin to let it fill our awareness, and we work on it every day, and we're aware of it every day. We're aware. You got to be aware every day that Jesus not only went about doing good in his day, but he's going about doing good today, and people from immortal past to immortal future are being healed and raised up. Be aware of healings. Be aware that the healing power is there, and it is eternal, and it is immortal, and it is an immortal substance which it cannot be taken away from us, and will always be there, that we can receive healing, and that we can give healing, and that we can raise people up. And be aware that love, joy, and peace are immortal substance and will always be there for us to receive. Within that living water comes all of this. It'll be there for us to receive, and there for us to flow, and that creates miracles in our life. When we really flow that immortal love, joy, and peace, it creates miracles in our life. You know, like the book by Gabrielle Bernstein, Could Cause Miracles, or the Course in Miracles by the Foundation for Inner Peace. It'll all cause miracles when you learn these truths. Read that book by her, and read the book by Esther and Jerry Hicks, Getting into the Vortex, and realize that all these things that they're talking about is an immortal substance that we are inseparable from, and we can have all of that power and energy flowing out of us within that immortal living water if we turn to it. And all we got to do is turn. It will overwhelm you in how much greater all this substance is than you were ever able to even ask for or hope for. You know, you have your dreams, but now, oh yes, it seems we're going to increase our dream. We're going to magnify their power. We're going to magnify their energy. We're going to hope big. We're going to visualize big. We're going to have big dreams. We're going to have big visions. We're going to accomplish great things because of that immortal substance which we now recognize. That energy is going to flow. The power is going to go. The healing power is going to glow. And we will be able to show that all of this is true because it will be flowing out of us. And just like as if it's flowing out oil, you can feel it. You'll be able to feel it just as sure if it was all pouring over your head. You'll be able to feel that substance pouring out of you, and other people will feel it flowing into them because it is a real and eternal. It is a real power. Yes. And we need that today. We don't need this unfeeling type of thing where we attempt to sort of bring a little joy and peace, by saying a few nice words. But what we need is this real oil, this real wonderful liquid healing power, this wonderful immortal water that flows out of the innermost being of those who are aware of who they really are. And let us always, if you want to achieve your dreams, take time every day to ask yourself, who am I? And know and learn to know in an inundated, totally marvelous and totally full and aware and seamless way that you are who you are as an indestructible divine being. You need to become imbued with it, imbued with the knowledge of your divinity, imbued with the knowledge of your immortality. What I mean by the word imbued is it comes down to the fact that there's never even 1 second of doubt of it. That's being imbued with it. You never have a second of doubt. It always is on your mind. It is always on your heart. You spend time with it. You cherish it. You lift it up. You cause it to grow. You love it just as if it was a plant in your yard which you watered and tended. You tend to this. You tend to this awareness. And you cuddle it, and you cherish it, and you make sure you spend hours a day knowing that you are a divine being. Oh, and yes, you come into this world with a purpose to heal people and cause people to be raised up. And yes, that rivers of living water that's going to flow, it's going to cause that to happen. And you are going to receive abundance in your life like you can never believe. And all of our dreams are going to become true because of our awareness of what is true. The truth surely sets free in all manner, and as a man thinketh, surely is he. Let us be aware of all these truths today, and I am so thankful that you turned the program on, and I want you to come back again on the next one, which will be not very long. And so I thank you. Have a good evening.